Call the regular Bucyrus City Council meeting to order for December 16th, 2025 at 7 p.m. Please stand and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call.
Myers? Here. Sean?
Here.
Slater? Here. Moritz?
Mostly here.
Sherrick? Here. Spiegel?
Nada.
Me?
Here.
Mr. President,
Mrs. DeShawn.
I would like to, at this time, ask for a moment of silence for former Bucyrus City Councilwoman Margaret Bell, who passed away on November the 11th, 2025. Mrs. Bell served 4 years on council from 1994 through 1997.
Okay, unless there's any objection, we're going to have a moment of silence for Margaret Bell.
Yes,
What
Margaret.
was her name? Margaret Bell.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, may she rest in peace. Now, granting permission for visitors to speak. Is there any visitors that would like to address council? Please come to the podium, state your name and address.
Craig White, 1125 Hillcrest Drive. Thank you, Mr. President. As many residents and others can clearly see that the City of Bucyrus government body, City Council, Administration, Auditor, Fire Department, and other departments can't tell us the true facts about anything. In the last almost 2 years, nothing has really been accomplished. However, we have seen the fighting, the lies, pay raises, blaming others, bad-mouthing, slanderous remarks, not following council rules, trash talking, and so much more. What did the residents get out of all this? Nothing but increased rates in water, sewer, and maybe soon trash and their property taxes, which is not the city of Bucyrus. Who benefited from this? The city employees got a $4.25 an hour raise. I feel shorted by all this because, one, we're going to have another increase in our sewer rates at 13% January 1. So everybody hang on to that one. We don't know if the water's going to be increased or if Thursday night, hopefully, we'll have all the facts. Even our police department kept taking hits on every level, yet they stepped up and kept everything going. I thank them for that and a great job that they're doing in our community with what they were given. Not to offend any other officers for their work, but both canine officers, Wireman and Capone, you are both the best thing for this community. I believe that these two officers have done a tremendous job this year so far in getting drugs off our streets. And some people will say I don't say anything good about others, but I will say about that. What happened with all these minutes? Did the former clerk, Ms. Wise, not do her job requirements? Minutes for 2024 are still outstanding. Yet you all paid her for this. I guess you were paying her for talking with others in the office in there while not doing her job. Plus, someone was having a former council member sign the minutes after he left office. How is that legal? State law states that minutes shall be properly done, so who is at fault for all this? Even the minutes from the ad hoc committee for hiring the council clerk Friday, August 1st, 2025, are still incorrect. Council rule states that committees cannot go into executive session. The minutes do not reflect that this was an illegal meeting by Chairman Mr. Myers and the two other members of this committee. Even at the last meetings, haven't gone right. Council rules not followed. The pro temp president doing nothing. Safety service director can't even explain the trash increase.
Mr. White, you're being interrupted by a councilwoman down in the end. She keeps having outbursts and noises coming out of her mouth. Could you please refrain from doing that, Mrs. Slater, so that Mr. White can continue.
I'm so sorry. I just haven't heard anything that stupid in a very long time, but I'll try to contain myself.
Well, thanks for the slanderous remarks.
I'm sorry that she said that, Mr. White. Please continue.
You guys need to apologize.
So the Safety Service Director can't even explain the trash increases. I believe that's his job, not Mr. Myers' job. Is this rate increase for more money for employees? I hope Thursday night that all the true facts will be told to the residents to understand this issue. Then there's the issues with Chapter 9 that were supposed to be taken out and weren't. 913.12, right to entry, A, B, and C. On demand, when demanded? Or how about 923.11, the powers and authorities of inspectors? The police can only ask permission to enter your residence without a warrant. I believe that's a Fourth Amendment constitutional right to privacy and security from unreasonable government intrusion. How about some other things? Rachel Myers came up and complained about a truck with a sign on it parked at City Hall in a legal parking space. Then why others can park on the sidewalk in a yellow zone blocking the street next to the fire station? Or what about the statement that Krista Slater made, it's on the record, sue us? Didn't the law director blame others that he couldn't get his work done, and now you want to add more problems to the situation? I also enjoyed the Councilwoman Slater's quote the other night. Thank God I'm almost done with this beep. Shows the true meaning behind being on City Council. As many residents and others have seen, nobody takes responsibility for anything. Nobody's in charge. No one tells the truth. Nobody brings the facts to the table. Yet many want to lie, deceive, cheat, be unfaithful, and present false narratives. My last question is, who do you people really work for? The citizens of this community or the employees of this city? Who is really running the city of Bucyrus? Is the mayor running it, or is there a safety director? Well, it's not in the best interest of the citizens of this community or the people you voted for, who voted for you. Thank you.
Is there any other additional public participation?
Excuse me, just a minute, if I may. Greg, please.
If you want your stuff, you better come get it or you're not going to get it.
I have your public records request.
He doesn't want it.
I'm going to let the speaker have the floor.
Keith French, 351 Grant Street. You realize how ridiculous you all look over this Facebook issue? To quote the law director, if you think that public policy in this state of an out-of-control council president can end a meeting whenever he wants, then at that point you both were talking over each other, hoping each other has a splendid day. It is too bad it took this long for you to recognize you were dealing with an out-of-control child. Is anyone surprised that in the city of Bucyrus, an injunction may have to be submitted to the court to decide who is administrators on a Facebook page? It is only appropriate for the city council president to have his own gavel that reflects his service and his behavior. It'll be on the table after the meeting. You can pick it up before you lock the chambers the last time. Please do better for the citizens. Lives are affected by what decisions y'all make.
Is there any additional public participation?
James Cady, formerly of 216 West Mary Street. I had a question. This is just common sense. Everybody talking about the city. Well, if you really pay attention, a bunch of old timers told me that the city of Bucyrus be broke. Time I'm of age, my kids become of age, they'll pay the deficit. Well, everyone knows, should know, Bucyrus ain't got no money. It's almost in a bankruptcy. Common sense. Okay? That's why everything's going up. Now, I went to the auditor's office because I felt since May, before May, I was so CIC help. I've been getting help from McKenna. About money, okay? CIC is a complete joke. I'm just let everybody in the public know it's a complete joke. Should have already been put up. City says, we got 3 to 5 people looking at it. When it was up, when the building was up for auction, 3 people that I know of, came up here, talked to the city service director, put in a bid. One was for over $250,000. Nothing was done. It goes to the CIC. Joke. It should have already been put together. I don't know why it disbanded. Ask for answers. Nobody can give you answers. But anyways, long story short, so far this year, if I actually own my own trucks, which tomorrow I go and I sign paperwork with a friend that I used to work for. Thankfully, no banks, credit shot. Should have listened to people. Got my credit straight before I opened up a business. But what can I say? I'd rather be with somebody. I was a criminal from the time at a young age. Correct, Dorsey? A criminal. I did everything wrong. Credit shot. I'm now a proud owner of a business. So far this year, leasing a truck, I've done made $250,000. All my money goes to Sandusky. I'm a 1099. That's what everybody wants to know where my legal address is. My legal address is 1512 South Forest Drive in Sandusky, Ohio. So, by the ending of this year, on my 1099 form that my business got to file, all that money got to go to the city of Sandusky. But I didn't make all that. My business only brought in $10,000. I'm being robbed. Nobody knows what I go through. I stayed 3 weeks, 2 weeks away from my family, being robbed. I hope all y'all know that y'all get to go home every night, lay in bed with y'all's kids. But at the end of the day, no one knows what us truckers go through. I stay a long time. Gotta watch how I go. People drive stupid, try to run me off the road. Hey, it's my life. But this is my profession. Like I tell everybody, never wanted to be a firefighter because I'm not running in the house. Never wanted to be Dorsey's job because I couldn't stand somebody shooting at me. So, if I own my own trucks, which I'm glad for myself, tomorrow I go and I sign the paperwork on my own truck. No lease, nobody robbing me, nobody taking my funds. So, by next year, I should make $2 million. Time expenses, time I get done paying for my trucks, time I pay fuel, whatever I gotta pay, breakdowns, I should wind up with $250,000, okay? How much of that would the city of Bucyrus get? Y'all happen to know this? Does council?
Want me to go ahead?
No, I'll get to you because you already know because you gave it to me.
Okay.
Does council know how much the city of Bucyrus would get out of that $250,000?
2.25%.
Okay, 2.25% equals what?
Don't ask me to do math.
Miss Cady, give them the numbers.
$5,625.
Not only do they get that, but I'm generous enough because I want to see shit come here to the city of Bucyrus. I want to see kids progress in life, not be like me and constantly be in trouble with the police. So I have $250,000. The city gets almost $6 grand. I would donate at least $20,000 a year to the city of Bucyrus. But one thing, or can I get more time?
We want to grant Mr. Cady another 5 minutes.
I'll make a motion to grant Mr. Cady a 5 minutes.
Miss Sherrick has made a motion to grant Mr. Cady additional 5 minutes, seconded by Mr. Myers. All in favor?
No.
All opposed?
No.
Do we have a roll-
You
I
have
a
an
roll
additional
call,
5
please?
minutes, Mr. Cady.
Can we please have a roll call vote?
Oh, what's that?
Can we please have a roll call vote?
Okay, we're gonna have a roll call vote on that at this time.
Sherry?
Yes.
Myers?
Yes.
DeShawn?
No.
Slater? No. Moritz?
Yes.
Me?
Yes. You're good.
Okay, Mr. Cady, you have additional 5 minutes. You can continue.
So not only do I plan on paying my taxes to the city of Bucyrus, I plan on donating $20,000 for the kids. $20,000 that they can spend to do what they want to do. Because I want to see the city of Bucyrus come back from being broke, being able to do what they need to do, not put stuff on the older people. Like I said, my mom's disabled. I don't want to see this. I don't want to see the increases. I don't want to see none of that. Not only do I want to run my trucking business out of the city of Bucyrus, but I also want to run where they redo palletizing of a semi-truck. And I've been talking to James, Mees, and Mike. I also want to build new homes in the city of Bucyrus. I want to see places come, not see the city of Bucyrus get drugged down like I have since I was 15 years old. After a while, you get tired of seeing the same old thing. I don't want to see it like Mansfield. I want to see mainly what I once was when I first moved here. You don't see that no more. When I first moved here, you can go anywhere. They had stuff for kids. They had Friday night lapping. They had all that. Only thing I want to see is the city of Bucyrus plural and have stuff to do for everybody, from the old people all the way to the kids. That's all I said the whole time I've been here. And then when it comes to my trucking company being here, I feel like I've been, how do you say this, pushed out. Like 2 of my friends have been pushed out of the city. But you know what? I'll fight the city the whole time like I have been. Like I said, tomorrow I go and I sign up for my 2 trucks that I will own. Nobody will take my money. It'll be all my money. When I'm done, I will bring my own tax money here, build my house, build my business. I'll build my own building. I'm not asking the city for no handouts, no favor. I never had a handout. I never had a favor done by anybody. And I will show the city of Bucyrus I built my business from the ground up, like I have built myself out of being out of trouble. Thank y'all. Have a good night.
Thanks.
Is there any additional public participation?
Yes.
Susie Cady, formerly 216 West Mary Street. I've been coming to these meetings with James, sitting back watching, never seen so many adults act like 2-year-olds. And then when it seems like somebody's up here and they're wanting to do for this area, you get people sitting up here, oh, no, I don't want to do this and I don't think this should be done. I think it's a shit show. People need to grow up. If they're going to be on a city council, they need to act like human beings and adults instead of preschoolers.
Is there any additional public participation?
Ken Long, 625 South Spring Street. I'm just curious, I'm aware of the CIC. That's about as much as I know about as far as involved real estate. And I just want to know who I can get more information from.
Tommy Starner.
Please?
Tommy Starner.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Is there any additional public participation? Seeing none.
I got a comment for
Mr. Moritz.
I just have a comment for Brandon. Brandon,
Yes.
can you bookmark 913-12 and 923-11? If we can find some time, maybe Thursday. Look at those 2.
Continuing on, accepting of minutes from multiple meetings. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 different meeting minutes here. And I'd like to do them collectively unless anybody has any reason.
Mr. President,
Mr.
I wasn't
Mr.
here September 16th,
You weren't here September 16th.
so I would have to abstain from the whole, if you do them all together.
I think you could still vote on minutes of a meeting that you weren't at.
You're able to watch the video.
Once video, read it.
Yeah, Ms. Chair.
Can I make note that not one of these dates listed is before the last council clerk left, even though the last council clerk was just attacked for all of these?
What about the July 15th?
That was when they left. So attacking people and allowing people to attack people that aren't here was one of the rules that we did put in place last time, that we didn't allow that. We don't attack the clerks and we don't attack people outside of council. You could talk to people in council, but I guess those rules only happen for other people.
Thank you for your valuable insight, Mrs. DeShawn.
I have gone, I've listened to the audio recordings, and I've compared them against the minutes. And then when I started to fall asleep, because these are lengthy, I'm asking that the minutes starting with August 4th, 2025, down through and inclusive of the December 8th, 2025 meeting be held. We have Scrivener errors. We have identifying the wrong people making motions, the wrong people making seconds. There is even one meeting where, as I'm listening to the audio recording and then following along with the minutes, it all of a sudden, it doesn't match up. I mean, none of it. There's like 3 or 4 pages. I'm not even sure where those pages came from, because I went back through the other minutes to see, okay, is that page somewhere in another? And it's not. So I'm asking for those minutes to be held. If those minutes would be sent to me in Word, I would be happy to make the corrections to them. But that's just, you know, that's what I've observed.
So you want to hold a special meeting?
Cannot these minutes be addressed at the meeting in January, the very first meeting?
They have to be by then.
Mhm. And I'll do like I've done with our health and safety. When I prepared the health and safety committee minutes, I sent those to all the committee members so that they had them well in advance of when we have our meeting on Wednesday, or meeting on Thursday.
Are you getting the emails yet on the new email?
Yes, today I was having issues with the computer and my emails, but
I don't have
I'm
either.
fine now.
I still don't have either, so.
Oh,
Don't try to email me.
Okay,
Call me.
I'm fine with holding these.
Could I have the
With-
dates again, please?
starting with August the 4th and go all the way down to December the 8th, including December the 8th. So it's all the council meetings, whether they be regular or special.
All right.
And then, what about the next ones, Vicki? Any issue with them?
No, because I prepared those.
Vicki, you are our wonderful part-time unpaid clerk.
And she's just an efficient council.
So we could just have a vote to collectively accept the August 19th special ad hoc, September 24th special ad hoc.
And you know, that should say August 19, 2024. Not August 19th, 2025.
Okay, so special ad hoc, August 19th, 2024.
Mhm.
Special ad hoc, September 24th, 2024. Special ad hoc, December 3rd, 2024. Special ad hoc, December 17th, 2024. Ad hoc for clerk hiring of council, August 1, 2025, and ad hoc for clerk hiring of council, August 4th, 2025. Collectively, does anybody want to make a motion to accept those?
I'll make a motion.
Second.
Ms. Sherrick has made the motion, seconded by Mr. Me. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed?
Abstain.
Those have been accepted, the other ones have been held. Standing committee reports, Economic Development Committee, Mrs. Slater.
I want to congratulate IB Tech for their expansion. Had to work uphill against some pretty nasty stuff, so I appreciate everything the partnership did and IB Tech did to get that across the finish line, despite bad actors. End of my report.
What's that last name?
End of my
End of report.
report.
Does anybody have any questions for Mrs. Slater's report? Seeing none. Finance Committee Chair, Mr. Myers.
The Finance Committee has called a special Finance Committee meeting at 5:30 p.m. on this Thursday, the 18th. And the purpose of that is because there's referrals this evening that the auditor's going to make. Then in that special meeting at 5:30, the committee can request the legislation, and then the same 3 members of that committee that called the special finance committee have also called for a special council meeting to take care of the year-end things for the auditor, because Mr. Spiegel cannot stay all the way through the length of time that it would take if we held the special council meeting at the end of the committee meetings. So there's a special finance at 5:30 and a special council meeting at 5:40.
Is there still going to be a regular finance?
Yeah,
later?
and if there's nothing that needs to be done, we can just not meet. But yeah, so in the schedule, we're still scheduled. End of report.
Anybody have any questions for Mr. Myers' report? Seeing none. Health and Safety Report, Mrs. DeShawn.
We'll be looking at our open projects list this Thursday and deciding what comes off and what stays on. I think pretty much all the committees are going to do that. End of my report.
Any questions for Health and Safety Chair? Seeing none. Public Lands and Buildings Chair, Ms. Sherrick.
What about plating?
We're gonna skip it. No report, Mr. President, on plating.
Any questions for plating? Seeing none. Public Lands and Buildings,
No
Ms.
report at this
Sherrick.
time.
Any questions for Public Lands and Buildings? Seeing none. Service Committee Chair, Mr. Moritz.
900s are moving forward. We'll have about 2 we probably have to look at Thursday. We'll have those finished and ready for the 3rd and final reading. They're doing their 2nd reading tonight on those.
Any questions for Service Committee? Special ad hoc for rules. Did we disband that?
Yes, we did, so it shouldn't be on the agenda. That was disbanded at the 12/2/25 council meeting.
Special ad hoc for property maintenance, Mr. Me.
No reports.
Any questions for that committee? Seeing none. Special ad hoc committee for zoning map, Mr. Me.
No report.
Any questions? Seeing none.
Mr. President, may we go back to the finance?
What's going on?
I just have a question.
Yeah.
I want to make sure what announcement is out there for both the special council meeting on Thursday and the special finance meeting on Thursday. I believe we have some issues.
Are you stating because your name was on them?
Yeah.
Yeah, I pointed that out to her and that was an
We
error.
revised it, it's all.
She revised it.
Well, I know you revised it, but didn't you tell me over in your office that when it went out to the news media, my name was still on there as,
Right, and we corrected it and sent a new notice out with your name and everybody in the media.
just before, after we had our talk?
No.
Oh, okay.
It was
You were-
probably 3 o'clock that I caught it and told her that.
I think you and I were looking at the emails.
Need a motion, or, yeah, need a motion to accept committee reports collectively.
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Myers made the motion, Ms. Sherrick seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Report of city officers, I do not believe we have a mayor's report in this pile of papers. And no service director report. So now we're gonna give the floor to our law director, Mr. Gober.
No report at this time.
Does anybody have any questions for the law director? Seeing none. Auditor Lewis.
I will say that the referrals that we would need for any special meetings on my behalf would be appropriations for year-end, reduction of appropriations for year-end, and then the local government services gap conversion contract. I believe those have been referred in the past, but I'm just stating them again. Okay, now to my report. As this is the last regular council meeting of the 2024-2025 term, I wanted to take this time to reflect on the positives. I will let you in on a secret, I don't love change. At the start of your term, I was worried, 7 new personalities, how is this going to shake out? While I may not have agreed with every decision you've made, and honestly, I've given up on guessing the outcome on any vote a long time ago, you have still impressed me in ways that aren't necessarily visible to the general public, which is only able to see the work done during televised council meetings. Vicki, you have put forth so much of your time to represent your constituents. You do your due diligence to make sure that you are representing them to the absolute best of your abilities, and when I need an extra set of eyes, I feel I can rely on you. Clarissa, you have done your absolute best to bring jobs into this city. You have been creative and determined. Once you became the chair of economic development, you served the chair well, keeping contact with the partnership, reaching out to our state representatives, and looking for grants to improve Bucyrus. Kevin, as finance chair, you have always tried to be, as you would put it, a good steward of the city's finances. Sitting with department heads during budgeting, listening to their departmental needs, and doing your best to try to solve these issues in a fiscally responsible way. Chris, that darn Title IX. You've taken care of that thing like a mother, holding its hand every step of the way, trying to make sure it becomes the best version of itself. From meetings with administration and all the utility departments, attempting to fill in the gaps for all the department's needs, Title IX has been in good hands. Aaron, you have helped assist with all aspects of safety forces. You have done your best as a council person to make sure both our police and fire departments are supported and able to function as needed. I have served on 2 safety force levy committees with you, and you were invaluable in each. Terry, if I didn't have you to make me laugh through some of these lengthy meetings, well, they would be less entertaining. Your knowledge as a prior department head of water filtration and sewage disposal is and will continue to be invaluable to City Council. I'm glad we have your golden shovel. Jim, if I had a nickel for every time I've seen you in the engineering office bothering Mike and Landon, we'd have that new roof on City Hall. I appreciate how much time you've devoted to learning and deeply understanding your position as plating chair, as well as heading up 2 different ad hoc committees. In the 2 years, Documents on Demand currently has posted 81 ordinances passed in your term and 72 resolutions. You have come up against obstacles as well as made impressive accomplishments. For instance, the Safety Forces Levy, the street levy, attempting to make the city more welcoming for businesses to locate here or expand, and starting the process for updating the airport, paid for predominantly with federal and state grant dollars. Not all these issues come up every council term, but you have tackled each of them as they have come your way, regardless of the chaos thrown at you. You've made it here, and you're at the finish line, and you've survived. For those of you that won't be returning in 2026, you will be missed. For those of you that I will see in 2026, I guess we're doing this thing again. And for the new faces that will be up here, I look forward to working with you. It won't be easy, it may not always feel rewarding, but as public servants, we serve. In closing, to the citizens of Bucyrus, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Merry Kwanzaa, whatever you celebrate, enjoy your time off work spent with friends and family. You deserve it. Sincerely, Kaylee Lewis.
Any questions for the auditor?
Thank you, Kaylee.
Yes, thank you.
I'm gonna have to have my wife watch that twice.
Did you have referrals in that?
She did. Mr. President,
Yeah.
before we vote on them, can I add one to her list? That way we can just do one vote?
Mm-hmm.
The Walter Drain legislation also to finance along with her other ones that she mentioned.
Okay, so the referrals that I have here, we have Walter Drain to finance, year-end appropriations, and year-end decrease to finance, legal government services contract for 2025 to finance. Motion to... Mr. Myers made the motion, Mr. Moritz seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Those have been sent to the Finance Committee. And we're gonna move on to Treasurer's Report dated December 11th, 2025. Does anybody have any issues with it, or we'll just wait and accept that at the very end with everything? Okay. My favorite portion, Mr. Dorsey, our police chief. Do you have a report? No report, no year-end report. Okay. Any questions for the police chief? I don't see any.
Ooh, I have something.
Mrs. Slater.
January 6th is Law Enforcement Appreciation Day. So I won't be here January 6th, so I just want to say preemptively.
You won't be here?
January 6th?
Yeah. We all started meeting it that day.
Oh, is that the January 6th meeting?
Uh-huh.
Oh, I didn't realize the first meeting was January 6th. Well, I'll tell you on January 6th. Never mind.
Okay, we also have a fire chief report dated December 12th, 2025. I'm assuming that's for November. Run reports. And need a motion to accept and file all the city officers' reports. Ms. Sherrick was the first on that, seconded by Mr. Myers. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Those have been accepted. Visitors' input regarding reports of standing/special committees and of city officers. Do we have any visitors' input? Seeing none. Consideration of proposed legislation for the second time.
Ordinance number 52-2025, amending and supplementing Chapter 903 entitled Street Excavations, under Title I entitled Street and Sidewalk Areas, under Part 9 entitled Streets, Utilities, and Public Services Code of the Codified Ordinances of the City of Bucyrus.
Mr. President?
Mrs. DeShawn.
I have comments to make, and I know at our last council meeting, President Pro Tem Myers allowed me to comment after each piece of legislation, only because it made it easier. There was a reading.
You have comment regarding the 52-2025?
Yes.
All of them.
All of them.
Well,
Did I get fixed yet?
here's where I'm at with this. I've asked the council members before if you could get your legislation in perfect form before you vote it out of committee and bring it to council. That way we don't have to have a regular council meeting where we're basically modifying legislation. So I really don't like doing this where we're just going through the legislation at the full council meeting where it's not in perfect form yet. And yet you guys continue to bring it before the full council. So, and then we have what we're gonna have right now, and I'm gonna let Vicki DeShawn go through the 52-2025 and point out everything that's wrong with it.
Okay, first off, I want to point out
And be nice, Vicky, my email's not working. 'cause
that
it's on it.
at the last, yes, but you acknowledged my email and you said some nice things. And then Brandon, you even said you made the changes, but they're not changed.
What did I miss?
She's fixing to tell you, sir.
Okay, again, at our last council meeting, we went through each one of these ordinances. After each one, I addressed the changes to be made. Or no, I didn't. I was going to, and then President Pro Tem said, would I just give the changes to the law director? So I typed a nice 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, this, A, B, C, emailed it not only to the law director, but to all council members, setting forth the changes to be made. And again, I get an email from the law director thanking me for, sending this and stating all the changes are made. And then I get my council packet and I'm looking at the legislation and I'm like, well, that's not changed. That's not changed.
Are any of them changed? Were any of them done?
I'm gonna have to go through. I tell you, this has been a day between this and reading all those minutes.
I just have a feeling that maybe the new
I
ones didn't.
agree, Vicky, I just want to let everybody know, I appreciate Vicky's concern with making sure all this stuff is right, but we need to be doing this at the committee level and not at the council regular meetings.
Okay.
Mr. Myers.
Proposed ordinances 52 through 59. I'd like to make a motion to refer those back to service committee so that we can talk about them Thursday night with these changes.
I think that's a good idea, Mr. Myers. Does anybody want to second that?
I'll second it.
Mr. Myers made a motion to refer ordinance 52-2025, 53-2025, 54-2025, 55-2025, 56-2025, 57-2025, 58-2025, and 59-2025 back to the Service Committee, seconded by Mr. Moritz. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed?
No.
The motion passes. Those have been referred back. So continuing on, the next one up for second reading is the 238-2025. We're locating it right now.
Bless you.
Resolution number 238-2025, be it resolved per ORC 5722 et sec, that the council of the city of Bucyrus hereby authorizes and directs the service safety director on behalf of the city of Bucyrus to transfer certain real property owned by the city of Bucyrus and described as the property known as the old YMCA building. Permanent parcel number 08-0014-921.000, in-lot, outlot, legal description 167, deed book 1064/4556.
Need a motion to accept that as a second reading? Mrs. Slater made a motion, Ms. Sherrick seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? That has been second reading. Public participation. Any member of the general public may present their input or comments on legislation that's been read for a second time. Seeing no visitor input. 52 through 59-2025 are all back to the Service Committee by vote of the council. And then ordinance 238-2025 is back to Public Lands and Buildings. Committee report on pending legislation. Since we've sent the 52-2025 through 59-2025 as the committee. We're going to skip those. And then the report for public lands and buildings.
Public Lands and Buildings is favorable to proposed resolution 238-2025, transfer 233 East Mansfield Street building to CIC.
Old and unfinished business. Mrs. DeShawn.
Ordinance number 51-2025, dealing with Chapter 137, the Airport Commission. That was passed by council at our special council meeting on 12/12. Passed by all. I voted no, not because I have anything against the Airport Commission, but as I pointed out, I did not feel that this was properly placed on the agenda. I have since gone through again and double-checked my timeline of what was done, and I'm still, of the opinion that I'm correct on that. Irregardless, council passed it. However, I'm looking at this particular piece, and if you listen to the audio recording, it stated that they wanted the legislation, and by they, that's the Service Committee, they wanted the legislation, the Chamber's appointment of a member to the airport commissions. That person's appointment was to end in even years. The legislation states odd years. The committee then asked that the Service Commission chairman be an ex officio member of the committee and that be placed in the legislation. And unless I've overlooked it, I'm not seeing that in here. So I'm just bringing that to your attention.
We might have to refer this to Service Committee to further discuss.
It's already passed, you need new ordinance.
Well, you can pass another one and correct it if there's a problem with it. So hearing nothing, I guess that's it on that.
Okay, and then I have another old and unfinished business I'd like to talk about, and that's our outstanding meeting minutes. Alleged outstanding meeting minutes. Because if I understand correctly, they're all up to date. Is that correct? Or not? I mean, they've all been prepared. They're not.
There's committee that aren't complete yet.
Oh, okay. Well, anyhow, I have this to say. On December the 9th, the Crawford County Now posted an article entitled, "Council President Raises Alarm Over Nearly 100 Outstanding Committee Meeting Minutes." And this was according to a press release sent by President Fankhauser to all media. And based on that, Crawford County Now reported the following. Compounding the issue was the departure of Council Clerk Wise in July 2025, followed shortly by the resignation of Clerk Pro Tem DeShawn, which significantly contributed to the accumulation of incomplete minutes. In addition to the backlog of committee minutes, many regular and special council meeting minutes also remain outstanding. Council President Fankhauser noted that he recommended the hiring of an additional part-time clerk dating back to 2021 to ease the heavy workload placed on the full-time clerk. And I did not put in here, but because of what's happening now, the current backlog, he says, demonstrates the validity of those concerns. Fankhauser stated it could take months to bring the records up to date, long after the current council has left office. Here are the facts. When former Clerk Wise left the office on July 18th, there were 43 outstanding committee meeting minutes, not over nearly 100, as reported by Crawford County Now, saying that that's based on the press release that President Fankhauser gave to them. There were no outstanding regular and special council meeting minutes. After handing in her resignation as council clerk, Fankhauser had her work only on getting the permanent record book up to date. I have been told that the permanent record should be up to date to the current calendar year with some 2025 documents formatted in the computer and ready to be printed. Fankhauser was aware of the outstanding minutes when former clerk Patterson Tussey prepared a list at his request and emailed it to me on September 26. No committee or council meeting minutes were prepared during the 1-month time Patterson Tussey served as council clerk. Did Fankhauser's press release to Crawford County Now state that during Ms. Y's 2-year term, she received 103 public records requests? Did he tell Crawford County Now that I have prepared 16 meeting minutes for the 2 committees that I serve as chair and for the 1 committee when I served as vice chair? I sent an email to all saying that because of the backload, I would step up and do that as the chair of the committees that I was chairing. I have sent an email to President Fankhauser with a public records request for a copy of his press release. And I'm going to steal your quote again, Mr. Myers, that you stated at the December 8th special council meeting. It's not fair to be attacked for something you didn't do.
Who are you alleging was attacked?
Compounding the issue was the departure of Council Clerk Wise in July 2025, followed shortly by the resignation of Clerk Pro Tem DeShawn, which significantly contributed to the accumulation of incomplete minutes. You tell them nearly 100 outstanding committee meeting minutes. There were 43, not 100.
That's referring to at the point in time in November when your list was compiled. And as far as the 40 that were outstanding when Ms. Wise resigned, you committee chair should have known what the status of your committees and complete minutes were too at that time. So don't be putting this all on me.
And I did send an email back in, I believe, June, asking what the status of the meeting, the committee meeting minutes, a list. A little hard to do that, though, when someone's telling you, you know, we want these permanent records done, which I don't quite understand your urgency on the permanent records being completed. And correct me if I'm wrong, but it's my understanding that the permanent records is that book that contains all the approved council and committee minutes.
I don't have committee minutes in it.
Just council, okay. Thank you for correcting me. So all the council minutes are in there. And before you can do the permanent book, record book, what have you, the minutes themselves have to be done. The minutes which you pointed out and was in the article that need to be done soon after the meeting has been held. So your urgency in having the permanent record updated, there was no urgency to that, because here's all these minutes that remain unprepared, and that should have been your focus, was to have her work on that and not tell her.
The permanent records weren't updated either. She didn't get them all done, or Kelly and Michelle ended up doing them.
Can't.
So she didn't even do that. And then you guys paid her anyway. So I don't understand why you guys paid somebody that didn't have everything done.
Can we stop pivoting, please?
And
It's always somebody else's fault.
well,
I mean, I am here to take, hey, if I've done something wrong and I have pointed that out, If I say something, do something wrong, I'll admit to it.
You're not above reproach.
And I will correct it if I'm able to.
Vicky, I appreciate what you have done as far as helping organize and make a list of what all we get.
But then you
what
send
all-
this press release to Crawford County now, and that's all I'm
Well,
gonna
you
say.
kind of left us all high and dry when you resigned from
No, she
pro
didn't.
tem.
She still did it. She
Order of
still
the
did
day,
it.
please.
I have old and unfinished
Okay,
business.
order of the day, more old and unfinished business. Mrs. Slater.
It is adjacent to your statement, so first of all, I want to say that I don't think the government should ever be above reproach. But I'm also about trying to approach the person when they're amicable.
Oh, I
Let
couldn't
me
hear you.
fi-
What did you just say?
Amicable?
Before that, trying to do something when they're
Oh,
what?
good Lord. Let me just complete it. Thank you. I'm all about criticizing when criticizing is due, or being critical of our government. I'm also very critical of our government. The issue that I have currently is that there have been numerous press releases, I'm sure, that he won't give to us because he'll say it's not official city business, to Crawford County now, specifically Kathy Blair, in which you give just what you want her to know. And that was repeated, in fact, with the trash issue that you and Greg, who obviously regurgitated the same exact points that you had.
Point of order.
That this is not.
What's the point? What's the point,
Ms. Slater
Mr.
doesn't have any thing to do with
Old Business?
referrals or old business. Can we move forward?
This is old
I'm going to
business.
agree with Mr. Mees' point of order, and I'm going to continue on old business from anybody else other than Mrs. Slater.
I didn't get to finish what I was even saying. It was about the trash rates, and I was gonna bring clarification. Just because you don't like the fact that I point out when people are doing stuff inappropriately, doesn't mean you get to shut me down too. Where was all of this energy with Kurt Fankhauser, Mr. Me?
Mrs. Slater, please tone down the masculine energy.
What?
Point of order.
Yes, please tone it down.
That is extremely uncalled for.
I am sensing it. I am sensing it, and we need to lower it down.
All right, I get you're trying to get my goat, and I appreciate that you're trying to poke the bear. But I do have some legitimate points when it comes to this. Here is the problem. When this was all talked about, we are accepting information from the administration based off of trust. So aptly put by Mr. Logan in Rewire. The issue that has come out is that no one, not me, not Jim, not Kurt, when he came up and talked, not Greg, when he came up and talked, did any full fact checking on what is the core issue of this problem. The core issue is that rates have increased, and I did misspoke too because I didn't see ordinance 23-2022 or 33-2022 that explicitly states there was a $2 raise back in 2022. The reason I'm bringing this up is because this sort of discourse where we have media who's accepting things as face value despite knowing that it's contentious and that there is more than one side to every story, but buying into sensationalism and clicks. We've got a council president that wants to dead hand the will of council based solely on what he wants and thinks should be done, despite it's only supposed to be overseeing the meeting, which he doesn't want to do that either. The issue is that there is a significant issue with trash. There is a significant issue with water, which I've met with administration, and I'm so sick and tired of bringing up these problems with no follow-through by the people who can actually do something and focusing on the real problem. The real problem is that our water is messed up, so instead of figuring out and treating it like a business, like we should, we're not focusing on how things are being administered. We're focusing on balancing a sheet and not looking at why we need to balance the sheet. With the trash, because I had to do my own research on this, with the trash, There has been raises. The problem is that we're not charged by how many households have trash with Rumpke. We are charged for tonnage, and I wanted to make this stated for the public. We are charged on tonnage. So how much tonnage we have, so how much weight we have when we take our trucks to Rumpke is what is determining what our bill is. So our bill going up by $100,000 in 1 year is very concerning, because what it's telling us is that we have these ordinances that tell us, I thought it was 4 bags, I was wrong, it's 6 bags. We have the 6-bag minimum. They shouldn't be contractor bags. They shouldn't weigh more than 35 pounds. We have all of these things, and none of them are being enforced. And I had a conversation with Kevin Myers, and I don't disagree with him. He said, what trash guy is gonna wanna sit there and weigh the trash and bring like a travel luggage thing and hook it and weigh it? Of course they're not gonna wanna do that. And of course, if we try to charge people for overage and they wanna sue us and we don't have our documentation, we lose. It's way more complicated than a conspiracy theory. It's way more complicated than Kurt Fankhauser doing this, or I'm stating this, or this versus that. The problem is that nobody wants to be, not in every situation, but nobody wants to sit there and look and say, hey, you know what, my thought process was wrong. So my parting note for everyone, including the administration who's just decided to give up and not show up anymore this year, is that we have to, in the future, because I'm not going anywhere, in the future we have to work together. It doesn't matter if I was right in one situation, there's no tally box. The people who lose when we can't, I could hate the next person, I don't care about that. The fact of the matter is we're talking about city business and we have to work together, because the citizens lose when you try to bring up a problem and people want to take it personal instead of seeing it as protecting the citizens or looking out for the citizens or bringing stuff to the city for citizens or helping out a business or bringing something in for kids or protecting children or having concerns or questions. Everybody looks at it as an attack because all they're thinking about is themselves. So moving forward, when I come back, which I'll be back, obviously, everyone knows that, not in this seat, probably not ever, not making that mistake again, but I will be up here. And what I will say is that, yes, I am glad I'm almost done with this shit, as so aptly put, because nobody wants to work together. Everyone is every man for itself. Their next election, the 2-year cycle, no one actually cares enough about certain issues to make sure that the citizens are taken care of. So I just hope, moving forward, that the people who are elected this next session focus on and don't take it as an attack and don't preemptively make up your mind about stuff. Let's hopefully work together with the citizens and hopefully be all kumbaya. And I know it can't always be that way. As Michelle's put, she wants everyone to be kumbaya. It's not always gonna be like that. You can hate me personally. You can think I'm a bad mom. You can think I'm a terrible person. You can think I have masculine energy that seems to challenge your masculine energy. It doesn't matter. What matters is that we're focusing on the issue, we're researching the problem, and instead of saying, because you brought up this problem, now you're attacking me. No, it's about focusing on what's right for Bucyrus. If this is gonna be your home, have some freaking pride in it and quit being spineless to issues because you're afraid to make someone mad. And that's my parting note. Thank you for the citizens who did believe in me. Thank you for the citizens for voting on me. And thank you for Wavelength for spending 10 grand to keep me out of office. That was a big favor, and I said I would thank you. So thank you, Kurt Fankhauser and Wavelength, for spending 10 grand on my campaign. I am honored.
You're welcome.
Have a great day. Thanks.
Hey, can I say something about that?
We don't have public participation anymore for the rest of this meeting. Any additional old and unfinished business? Miss Lewis?
I don't know if this is the appropriate time to say this, and just because outstanding minutes were brought up, I thought I just might mention, because I don't know if I'll get a chance to talk to you again, that the CIC still has outstanding minutes, and as secretary, those should be given to us, I don't know, by the end of your term, and if you vacate that on December 31st, you should no longer be council president. I just don't know how we're going to handle that, and I just wanted to make you aware.
Who is the secretary of CIC?
It's President Fankhauser.
By his own volunteer, he volunteered for it.
Any additional old business?
Thank you for that note, Kaylee.
No additional old business. We're going to move on to new business. Mr. Myers.
I appreciate Mrs. DeShawn bringing up the moment of silence for Mrs. Bell. I also did want to point out that former Mayor Glenn T. Ackerman lost his wife Marilyn over the weekend, and I just wanted to mention that and give our condolences to the family and ask for prayers for them through this time.
And I'd like to add into there that my own mother passed away last month too, so we're going to have a moment of silence for Mr. Ackerman's wife and my mom. Okay, may they rest in peace. Any additional new business? Seeing none, we do have on here refer of water drain, but that's already been referred, so I guess we need a motion to excuse Mr. Spiegel.
So moved.
Mr. Myers made a motion, Ms. Sherrick seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Mr. Spiegel has been excused.
Motion to adjourn.
We have increase and decrease, right, in finance?
Yeah.
All right.
I'll second that motion.
Mr. Myers made a motion to adjourn, seconded by Councilwoman Sherrick. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? We're adjourned at 8:05.